The in-game world of San Sequoia is inspired by the real-life city of San Francisco. And what's interesting about San Francisco is there's an iconic set of houses called the Painted Ladies. This set of beautiful old row houses that sits opposite Alamo Square, a big lovely park for the community. Here's a really nice look at the houses all in a line. You can see they're also going up a slope. And I find that part of it pretty interesting to try and build. So I think this would be a really good lot to build on here in San Sequoia. We're opposite a nice big park for the community. We're in the San Francisco inspired world, but the lot isn't on a slope. But I think we can do something about that. So we're gonna start off by building the basic outline of the houses. We can fit 4 of them here on this lot. You know, this is not the biggest lot in the world. This is a 30 by 20 after all. It's actually pretty small. And if you didn't know, with the new expansion pack, Sims 4 for Rent, we're gonna be able to actually have multiple different families live on this lot, and we can use each of these as individual houses, which is gonna be so fun. That's why we're gonna be doing a lot of like apartment and townhouse builds. I've got a few more planned that I'm really excited for, but I thought, we got to do a classic set of row houses, and what is more classic than the Painted Ladies? And we've got the world for them to go in, so let's do it. So here I'm actually using the terrain tool because I've lowered each of the houses by 1 step as you go down the line. So the first house is the highest up, they get progressively lower, so they're all slightly different heights, and now I'm using the terrain tool to create like a nice sloped driveway for each of the lots, because each of these houses will have like a garage, because the real life versions do as well. So we're just going to use terrain paint and the terrain tool to make that happen. And then we can create a little garage area. We're going to use one of the big doors from, I think, Eco Lifestyle, the shipping container door. We're going to use that as a garage door. Now, I know what you're saying. There is actually like a garage door in the game, but it's not an actual functional door. And I kind of wanted the door to work if you wanted it to, so you can enter through the garage at the front of the house down the bottom. But of course, if you don't want to do that, it's pretty easy to change it out for the decorative door, however you want. But yeah, we're just building up each of the houses. So it starts off pretty basic and pretty much the same thing for each house. You know, I do one house, I copy the rooms over to the next one. I do one roof, I copy the roof over. I do one set of stairs, I copy the stairs over. This is pretty much, you know, this part of the build where we're doing the outside shape is pretty much the only time where they're all exactly the same. Later on, they all have completely different floor plans, completely different furnishing, completely different styles. Like honestly, them, you know, they are so different from each other, and it's actually pretty exciting. It took me a long time to do and furnish them all. They're all, well, 3 of them are fully furnished. 1 of them is partially furnished, and we'll get more into that as we, you know, get further into the build. But I'm so excited to just be building these multi-family sort of housing. And we found out recently, because they posted a little short video on socials that showed you could have up to 6 units on each lot. And that's without using cheats. They did allude to saying if you use cheats, that number can be increased. And each of those units can have a family of 8 Sims living in it, which is really, first of all, very exciting. And I'm very curious to see how it works, because if you don't know, at the moment, the way lots work are, obviously you can have a household of 8 Sims, but on each lot you can have 20 Sims in the neighborhood. You know, not just on your lot, but sort of in the surrounding area, in the world, up to 20 Sims. Beyond that, Sims will start disappearing. Not like from your game, but they'll just vanish and go somewhere else. Which is sometimes why when you travel somewhere on a date with someone, they might disappear because there's already too many Sims there. So what I'm interested in, so they've said, you know, up to 8 Sims in each family, up to 6 units. That already is a huge number. So I guess what's going to happen is they're going to sort of go into their apartment, they're going to disappear. We're not going to be able to see them, which is similar to how it worked, I believe, in Sims 3 and Sims 2. So I'm very excited. But not only that, the other thing I'm really excited for, and this is another reason I want to keep building more of these multifamily apartments, is you can not only just do, you know, townhouses, apartments, duplexes, but they actually said you can do like shared housing. So you can rent like a room, you can rent a bedroom. As long as the shared common space has a kitchen, you could have your regular house, and then maybe you had a 4th bedroom you didn't need. You could actually set that up as a second residence. As long as the kitchen and living space is shared, you can do that. And that's really cool. I'm so excited for that, because that opens a lot of possibilities. One of the things that they did show in the little teaser was with at university. You could now build a dorm that isn't really a dorm. It'd be an apartment block, but you could then have it be a rental lot and have a fully functional kitchen on it, which you can't do in regular dorms. So I feel like that's really cool, and it's gonna have a lot of possibilities. I mean, then we can do stuff like having retirement villages. One of the suggestions was for my Big Wallet family legacy. We've got so many different families. We could build on one big 64 by 64 lot, multiple houses, have all the Sims living there, and that's really cool. I'm so excited to really get more into this, and we don't even have the pack yet. That was one thing they did also say is it's very, very easy to convert a regular residential, which we're building now, into a sort of rental lot. So it's not hard at all. There will be a few required items, I believe, the special mailboxes, the electricity and hot water meters and stuff like that. But they're just items you place in. So that should be pretty easy. So that's good. That's giving me the green light to keep doing these. Like I said, I'm already working on some other ones. But this is one I definitely wanted to do because the last apartment build we did was obviously, that was an apartment we built that you could purchase for under $20,000. That was a whole apartment building and surrounding grounds for under $20,000. So you can start your gameplay there, which I'm really excited about. This one is a lot more expensive. I don't know what the final price is, but it is way more because it is using, fully furnished housing. So most of these, I think, are at least 3-bedroom. I think a few of them are 4-bedroom. So you can have pretty sizable families in here. A lot of them have 2 living spaces as well. And obviously we'll get more into the floor plans later on. Now this did take me a long time. I think maybe, I don't know. It's hard to put a number on it because I didn't record all of it. I recorded a lot of it. I have many hours of footage, but obviously not all of that is in this video because otherwise we'd be here forever. But we'll do a tour at the end so I can show you all of them. But let's just say probably around 10 hours of building and furnishing these 4 houses. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like we're not just building 1 house now, we're building 4. So it did take a long time. And at this point is where I started really leaning into the colors. So we got sort of themed windows and doors. Oh, actually, this is really interesting. These trees are not in the regular catalog. If you saw it, I know it was very quick, but they are from the in-game debug items or the live edit items. So things that you see around the world. And those trees, if you look at pictures of the painted ladies, are literally, well, at least it looks very similar to that exact tree. They are right out front of the real houses. And I'm like 90% convinced that these trees in this, because it came with this world, were inspired, by the trees in front of these houses. So they were perfect. That meant I could put them right in front of these houses. It looks exactly the same. It looks great. So we're just doing a little bit of landscaping because you can see, because I lowered a lot of these houses, we've got like pretty steep edges of the little cliff sections where the terrain sort of comes down. So I'm just putting some shrubs there, some bushes, some trees, a lot of sort of stuff to cover it up. Because this lot is pretty small, I don't have a lot of room to sort of smooth the terrain out. If it was on a bigger lot, we could probably just do a smooth terrain, gradient. But, we're going to work with what we've got. I think in the end, I'm pretty happy with this. So all 4 of these have entrances to the basements from the back of the house as well. So you can come down these stairs and go underneath that way. So there's quite a few ways to get around these houses. Oh my gosh, actually. So this has been a big problem. I can't remember when they did the update, but they changed the way railings on stairs work. And you may have noticed this if you've been playing the game, or even if you've been trying to build some lots, or if you've even visited old lots that were built before they made this change. When you have like a wall, any size of wall or any fence next to the railing of a stair, the railings disappear. Now, I believe they did that with good intent, because previously in Sims 4, you have to have railings on both sides of the stairs, no matter what. Whereas in Sims 3 and maybe even Sims 2, I don't fully remember, you could just do railings on one side or the other, and you could manually select what you wanted to do. And I think they were trying to make the stairs work a little bit nicer and a little bit more flexibly by having railings that appear and disappear. But they kind of just... they didn't do it properly. to put it bluntly, they didn't do it properly, because if you have any size of fence or any section of wall next to a railing, the railing on the stairs disappears. And this actually creates a lot of problems. And I can show you more of that when we have a look at the build close up. You might see some of them crop up here, but it means even if I join that little black fence into the side at a 90-degree angle, that railing was going to disappear. Like I could not join fences to where the railings were. It just didn't work. And on the interior, when it comes to stacking stairs on top of each other, because these are townhouses, you kind of want to stack stairs to save space. If you have a railing on the side, on the hall, it will make the railing on the stairs disappear. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So that's why some of the layout of the stairs are maybe not the most practical. They were done in a way that we could still utilize the floor space and also didn't look too bad and also had railings because otherwise they just had no railing. And that really annoyed me. But yeah, so these, I didn't really do much here in the back gardens because there's not really any space to do that. I figured, we've got this little backspace, and then literally just behind it, there's a bunch of grass and all that. I did toy around with the idea of using a big debug fence so you can create like a fake fence that sticks out over the edge of the lot. It just kind of looked a little silly, and we couldn't really place anything there, so I didn't bother doing that in the end. And look, like I said, just across the road is the big park area and all the sort of recreation center and stuff. So who needs a backyard when you've got a whole rec center across the road? So we've got so around the back actually of these houses, I did try to make them look a little different from each other. The first, you can see there's two that look the same, and then we sort of alternate from two different designs on the rear. So there's two different rear designs. All the fronts kind of look the same, but the backs have two different designs just so it's not all identical. And that gives us a little bit of variety, especially when it comes to doing the floor plans. I try to make those different. Obviously, there are some similarities. Namely, the garages are pretty much all the same, except for one house. It has a slightly bigger garage. The rest of the garages are all the same. But then other than that, I think the floor plans kind of go all their own way. I don't think any of them are the same. There might be a room or two that's the same, but other than that, it's pretty unique. So we are going to get into the furnishing. Now, this was kind of hard to show because there's so much of it. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and done the floor plans because that alone took a long time trying to figure out the best way to get these floor plans working. But we will see a good portion of these furnishings. So this first house that I'm doing here is like a modern contemporary one. This is like one that someone's bought, maybe renovated. The main floor is open plan all the way through. Downstairs is like a nice little sitting room, like a little lounge room with a TV. Nice, open space, kids or family to come hang out, watch TV, play games, that kind of stuff. And then the garage, all we did in there was put a bike, because that's kind of like a spare space. If you want to put some extra stuff in there, you can. And actually, one other thing to note, because this is 4 houses on one lot, I didn't really go too far with decorating any of the individual houses. Because if we did full detailing decoration in every house, which I still feel like I did quite a lot, it would be more laggy. The more items we place, the laggier it's going to get. And if I seriously actually want to play on this lot at some point, I kind of want it to be working pretty well without any issues. The other thing is we don't fully know exactly how gameplay works with For Rent yet. Like in the sense that like when we have other Sims move into these other places, does all that stuff just not disappear, but visually disappear because we don't live there? Can we still see everything inside, or does it just blank out? I don't know how that's going to work. If it blanks out and means it doesn't lag as much, that'd be good. And then once we know that, we can sort of build apartments and houses with that in mind. We also don't know, like if you move into an apartment, how much furniture do I actually need to put in there? Like, probably not as much as I am, but doing as much as I am means you could choose as a player any of the units to live in and then have, other people live in the other ones that you don't want to live in. I've kind of gone through, I feel like a pretty good job detailing most of them. They're all like fully livable. One of them is a little bit questionable, but you'll see that soon. And then you try to keep it relatively light on, extreme fine details. The more little details we put in, the more I thought it was just going to be too much. And because we've got, fairly tight, packed together houses, if I feel like did too much in each of the houses, it's also just kind of distracting. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of distracting having a lot of items in places that you can't actually go to if we can still see it. I don't know. We should wait and see, but for now, I had fun doing this, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now, this second house, as you can see, I've actually already finished that other house. Don't worry, like I said, we're going to go through and tour them all at the end. There's just no way I could show it all. It was far too much. So this house is under construction. No, it's not. I shouldn't say that. It's under renovation because obviously the house already exists. So the two lower floors, the basement and the main floor, are fully like ripped out. They are under renovation. You know, there's junk all down in the basement. The second floor has like a couple of kitchen appliances and a couch. It is a mess. However, the top floor of this house is fully furnished. You got, I think, 3 really nice bedrooms and a really nice bathroom. So you can live in this if you want to have like a little challenge where it's like a partially renovated house. It could be fun. And it also does give you that sort of canvas to build your own house and space in. So I think this is a really fun idea. I was originally going to do the entire 3-story unit as under renovation, but then I figured, you know, it would be fun to actually be able to live in it. So I had the idea that the upstairs, that's what they finished first. They renovated the upstairs, and then they're still working on the main floor and the basement. There's also just a big hole in the floor because I thought that was kind of funny. It's just like open rafters in the floor. And of course, I did go through and do ceilings in some of these houses. Not all of them have custom ceilings. This one does. And I think the fancy house, which is more like based on the real Painted Ladies. Because this house and the one we just did, the more contemporary one, that was just my own creation. I was just having fun building what I think would be fun, you know? But the next house after this one, we actually have, if you search up inside the Painted Ladies, there'll be an article that comes up about when one of the houses went on sale. There's a bunch of pictures of the interior. It looks really beautiful. So I made like a really like fancy, lavish interior based on one of the real Painted Ladies. And that's the one after this. And then the final one, that's probably more divisive. We'll see that soon. So like I said, yeah, this has got like an old couch in here. We got some old stove and fridge. Like maybe that was the original appliances. So that's what's left. And they're sort of slowly working on bringing this one, breathing some new life into it. So I thought that was kind of fun. So this one here, this is the house that we're basing on the real Painted Lady interior, or one of them anyway. We don't know what they all look like because they are private homes. But when, this one had all the photos done, it looked really beautiful. So that's what this one's based on. And if you look up those photos, the actual living and sitting area, I based the layout off of that house. And also, I thought this is a good one to do it because this is actually the one on the end, you can see. And this one actually has a little bit of extra space, that little window bay that sticks out. Oh, here, look at this. When I put that fence next to the stair railing, that's what I'm talking about. I can't put a fence there, otherwise we have no railing. So I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't want to move the stairs. I still wanted the stairs to be stacked because otherwise it makes the layout way less practical. So anyway, I just put like a buffet in front of it. There's no railing there. When that bug's fixed, we can put a fence there. But for now, I'd rather have the stairs stacked and have a bugged fence than change it. Yeah, so this interior, this layout, I should say, of the living room is based on that real inspiration. And I'm using those cushions. What was that from? They were from, was that the Modern Luxe kit? There's just like a decorative cushion. I'm just using Move Objects to place it on the couch. So that's kind of fun. And then one thing that I did in a lot of these houses actually is I did a whole bunch of sheer curtains everywhere, which you're going to see here. We're using these Desert Luxe curtains. Wait, Modern Luxe? What did I say the other kit was called? Modern Luxe? What is that kit called? I don't know. There's like 20 plus kits. I don't know what they're all called. One of the kits came with those cushions. Desert Luxe came with the sheer curtains. So, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we got a whole lot of sheer curtains all over this build. And I think they look really nice. And they look really good. So that is the living room. I think it is pretty good. I think it would have been nice for these houses to be a little bit bigger. I did find myself in a few of these feeling like I could use a little extra space. But obviously on this 30 by 20 lot, we couldn't make them any bigger. I guess if I were to do it again, which I am not going to because I already spent a lot of time on this, maybe a 30 by 40 would have been better. So we could have the houses a little bit wider, and then that would also give you a bit of space for more of a backyard for each of the houses. The thing is, I wanted to build in this area of the neighborhood, like in San Sequoia. And unfortunately, for some reason in San Sequoia, every lot is like tiny. No, that's not true. I shouldn't say that. That's not true. There are like 50 by 40s. There's a couple of 50 by 40s, but not really where I want to build these houses. Like one of the 50 by 40s, or is it even 50 by 50? Or 64 by, I don't know, is like the rec center. We're not going to put this where the rec center was. But anyway, the houses I want to build on weren't quite the right size. But, I think it worked out. And, it's probably better because it sort of restricts the size. So then you're not kind of wasting space and making the houses too big. I think it worked out in the end. I'm actually really happy with how this little kitchen turned out too. This kitchen is also based on that real house. And the open doors. And as you saw, I extended the balcony out the back. So this one has the biggest balcony of all the houses. And it has a nice outdoor dining section just there. Which I think, I really like this house. It is very white. And now that's not me. That's what the real house looked like, okay? I know I have like a reputation for just using black and white in my houses. But this one is based on the real house, okay? And that's why I do a lot of white and a lot of black in houses. Because that's what real houses do. Unfortunately, most houses aren't like, well, look, when it comes to like fancy homes and or like when you're trying to sell a house, they're usually pretty bland in terms of the styling of that. So that's how it goes. Oh, here we go. This is going to be the divisive one. In our last build, not our last build, a few builds ago, when I built a house on top of the treetops, I entered my blue suburban phase. And we are going full blue suburban in this maximalist interior. This house is blue on the outside. It's blue on the inside. We're going blue, baby. We're in the blue suburban era. Honestly, I just wanted to have fun because at the end of the day, we got 4 of these houses. We got like the sort of normal contemporary kind of one. We got the fancy one. We got the one that's sort of under construction that you can do whatever you want with. And then this one is just kind of next level colorful and decor to the max. We got full maximalist interior, at least on this main floor. It is pretty out there. It's pretty out there. But hey, I thought it was kind of fun. I thought if we're going to go blue, we're going to go blue. And to be honest, I might be done with blue after this build because it is a lot. It is a lot, but it was fun. All right, I'm super excited though to get into the game because I'm going to show you all the finished interiors because we haven't really seen how they all came together at the end, which let's jump into the game and check it out. All right, here we are, the finished look. I know it's always kind of hard to see how everything's coming together when you're zipping through the video, but here we are. It's also kind of hard to even tell that they're slightly different heights, but if we look directly front on here, you can see that my face cam's in the way, so if I go here, that's better. You can see the pink house is the highest, the yellow is the lowest, and they go down 1 step each. You can definitely see it more if you look at the size of the stairs. So you can see there's way more steps there than there is over here. And actually, even in the driveways, how much it slopes downward. This one even has a car in it, which I thought was kind of fun. I had a bit of fun with that. But yeah, I love this. I think this looks so cool. And you know what? I think it fits so well into this neighborhood. Like, sometimes when you build townhouses in Sims 4, they might look a little bit out of place, but I feel like they actually fit in really, really well. So yeah, let's go around the outside so we get a good look at the final product. Here's that house with that extra big balcony there. And like I said, there's not really much of a backyard on any of these, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and have a look house by house. So this is that under construction house. We kind of got a good look at this already, but here's just like, a more visceral feel to it. I feel like when you get the first person look at it, you get a better idea of what's going on. So if we drop down into the basement area, we've even got like a car that's not full. Hey, that light probably should be moved a little bit. It is like hanging off the beam, but you can see it's a little low. Yeah, we've got a car there that's, obviously been abandoned and stripped and all that. That's maybe where a bathroom would go down there. And then we're just a bunch of empty space. But what's really interesting is they have a full renovated upstairs. So this house here, as you can see, if I just go here, we've got 3 bedrooms, a nice big bathroom, a little chest table there. So got one little single bedroom here. It's kind of hard to get a good look. You know what it is? I'm trying to get a good look at the houses, but I don't want to spoil the other houses. I really like this bedroom. I haven't play tested it, which I probably should, but if that works, I really like this space. I like the big windows out there looking over the park as well. Got the nice sort of fancy ceiling up here, contrasting to our rafters down below. So, you know, at least I have nice bedrooms. So there's that bedroom. And then we got this little single bedroom in here as well. And then the main bedroom here. Nice big curtains, big beautiful windows all looking out over there. Like, that's pretty nice. So that is our pink house, the under construction one. Why don't we rip the band-aid off? We'll go into the maximalist house next. The blue suburban house. Let's go. So as you saw, this is the downstairs area. I'm just going to ceiling up so I can get a good look at it. I think it's a bit of fun. It's a little silly. This was the last one I was furnishing. I just wanted to have fun, you know? I just wanted to have fun. Here's a little kitchen area back here. I originally had much noisier tiles than this, but I think, you know, I dialed it back a little bit in the end, but I had fun with it. So yeah, that's a nice little kitchen area there. I love that sort of the wainscoting on the walls, the blue, and then all the blue trims everywhere. I don't know why, but it's speaking to me. So down here is actually just like a little playroom, essentially, for the kids. It's got an old TV, the puppet theater. We've got a doll house, you know, a little book area, fun patterned walls and all that. So it's just like a little living space. Hang on, let me go down. A little family room. There's a little office there. The garage is empty. And then there's a downstairs bathroom as well, which actually, speaking of which, there is a really tiny bathroom just here behind the stairs, a 1x2, which again, I think should work. I haven't fully play tested yet, but I will. Also, I just realized those stairs should probably be a different color. There we go. And then moving up, the upstairs is not as wild. It is definitely dialed back. So I had the idea that the flooring is the same, but you can see downstairs I've like painted it white. This is the same flooring, but in a more sort of natural color. So we have a nice bathroom in the middle. We've got a loft bedroom in here. This is like the main bedroom in this house, a little bit smaller than the other house. And then there's 2 bedrooms at the front, one little nursery room, another single bedroom just there. So this is a 4-bedroom house, the all upstairs with an absolutely wild second floor. But moving on to the very first house we did. So we saw this is the first one we started furnishing. I think this is very much like my regular kind of style when I furnish a house. The open plan, sort of contemporary looking. This one you can see front to back in the whole space. You know, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Nice little entrance here with stairs that go down toward the basement. And then round the back through this archway is a door out the back, or of course, the access to stairs going up. And then in the middle is a little 1x3 bathroom with a toilet and a sink. Let's go down to the basement. So down here we have a bedroom, a single bedroom, I guess for a teenager or something like that. Computer, laptop, guitar, TV, they've got it all. And then we've got the little bathroom and that little sitting area that we saw earlier on. And then on the top floor, we have an additional 3 bedrooms. So a really big main bedroom there with a built-in wardrobe, a little vanity, a single bedroom in the middle, and then another like double bedroom here, but obviously kind of more for one sim, with a piano as well, nice dresser, and a little bathroom here with that sort of freestanding shower. So this again is a 4-bedroom house. I think this one's pretty nice. It's got everything you need. I kind of like this kids' room. Like I went the 2 different colored walls. I kind of just had a bit of fun with it. Again, because I'm doing so many houses, I was like, I might as well have a little bit of fun with that. Now, last but certainly not least is the fancy house based upon one of the real ones. Obviously not the actual structure, but the interior based upon those interior shots that we saw when you Google Inside the Painted Ladies. So the main floor we already saw, but we'll have a good look at that. Here's that issue with the stairs where we couldn't have a railing there. Annoying. I'll give you a little look at it. So no matter what fence it is, if I put this fence here, even here, it's just like, no, you don't need a railing anymore. You got a fence. If I do it like this, even coming off the side, no, don't need a railing. Don't need a railing. So that's what we have to do. Anyway, I really like this sitting area. Hang on. It's so like formal, which like I said, is based off that real one, but I really like it. It's a lot of fun. That's there. I'll put the walls all the way up. I think this is really nice. This is very classy, very exquisite. Got the nice little entrance hole just there. And through that door, I believe is the bathroom, right? Yeah, I feel really low. Little bathroom in here. And then through the back here is the kitchen and dining. So here's the kitchen space with nice big doors opening to the outside. A table out on the largest balcony of all the houses. Look at this, come out here, beautiful views. All the other houses have much smaller balconies than this one. This one's special. And there's also an interior dining space just there in case it's raining or something, because that's actually not undercover. So we've got another space just there. But I tried to make this one feel a little smaller, so I feel like these chairs feel quite small. It's kind of supposed to be tucked in that corner. And then let's go to the basement. So in this house, we've got another little sitting room here. We got that's actually a TV. If you didn't know, it's from, which kit is this from? The Modern Lux kit. Oh, it was Modern Lux. That's what I was saying earlier. The Modern Lux kit. This is actually a TV, but it looks like a picture before you turn it on. So that's there. So this is the TV room, because upstairs we didn't have a TV or anything like that. Also got a nice little chess table there, downstairs bathroom, and then inspired by Full House when they had like the music studio in their basement. That's kind of what I do too. We've got the piano, an acoustic, electric guitar, violin, the music production suite, a couple of vinyl records in those boxes. A little bit of fun, just like a music studio. I was going to do another bedroom, but then I didn't think this house really needed it. So moving up to the top floor, we've got 3 bedrooms. So we've got the main bedroom here on this end of the house. Nice Modern Lux bed, sheer curtains, little sitting area, and a dresser. Then this is our main landing area, just a couple of armchairs. It seems fancy, right? Having armchairs, a couple of armchairs there. And then nice bathroom in there, shower, tub, and a couple of single bedrooms here as well at the front of the house. And that, my friends, is the Painted Ladies. Oh, the final cost, 272,000 simoleons. So certainly a little bit more than our last apartment build. Well, there you go, the Painted Ladies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to download this, it is linked in the description down below, or you can find it at my gallery, James Turner YT. And of course, when The Sims 4 For Rent comes out, you can use this to create 4 individual townhouses, and I think that's going to be really cool. I, for one, am excited to use these. I'm not sure when we'll get to use it, because obviously in our Let's Play, we start with 0 simoleons, so gonna have to earn a little bit of money to be able to live in these things, or to own them. But I guess we'll see. Thank you so much to the top level members on my channel, and of course to all my members for supporting. If you want to get some extra weekly videos, you can join as a channel member and get access to 47 exclusive videos that we already have. It ranges from a lot of stuff, from behind the scenes to extra Sims videos, extra challenges that we're doing, a lot of fun stuff there. But if you've got any suggestions for other For Rent multi-family home builds, let me know. I think we gotta try doing like a shared house, because now that I know we can do that, I think that's gonna create we can really make any type of living situation now, I think. Like, what constitutes a room? Could we rent out like a room in our house that's just an archway to like where a bed is? Ooh, there's a lot of potential. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry for moving the background. I'll see you next time, and have an awesome day.